All right. Hi, everyone. Looks like we're live. Welcome. I'm excited. Debbie Freebird Spirit is joining us today, and it's her first time on my channel, I believe. Um, how are you doing, Debbie?
I'm good. Thank you. And thank you for having me. I think you're right. It's hard to believe that because I feel
Mm,
like we're we're all buddies here, but I guess maybe it is the first time on the channel actually. But
We've worked together on others, I believe, a few
okay,
other
maybe that's
shows,
it. Yeah.
and we've both been on Kevin Lewis's healing circle too. So,
No, that's right. That's
but
right.
yeah, it's been far too long, and I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you. Hi everyone. Good to see you.
All right. Well, is there anything that is going on with you and your channel that you want to announce or anything that you want to plug before
Um, you
we
know,
get some
I
experience
do.
reading?
Oh, there's a little bit of a feedback. Let me see. Okay, it stopped. Okay, I would like to kind of give a little plug to this series that it's one of those things that you don't have to watch. You can just put in your ear if you want and do whatever you're doing. But Love is the Wisdom Behind Awakening series that I've been posting with Chris. Chris is on there with me, and we've been having these discussions. And yesterday we posted discussion number 37. So we've been doing it for a minute, and um, the discussion is amazing. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm amazing. I'm just saying the discussion, what the topics
Conversation.
come
Yeah.
in that we're talking about it. And the feedback and when I say discussion, because everybody comments in the comments and stuff, part of the discussion. The whole family is part of the discussion. But I just encourage you, if you're cleaning the house or doing something and you don't have to watch it or whatever, it's an easy thing to just pop in your ears and listen to while you're doing stuff and like that, if you don't have time to sit and watch. And we try to keep it to 45 minutes to an hour, so it's not too long.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's been some incredible nuggets that have come through some channeling.
Yeah.
So I would encourage. Karen said, "Debbie, you can say you're amazing." You're
You
so
are.
Karen. But so I do just want to give a little plug on that one. And then I think, all the rest, I do Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays. I'm on
Mhm.
most of the time. So just
Yeah, you keep us up to date with everything going on in the world. Is
try.
the discussions kind of like things going on right now and like the shifting and
It
that
has-
kind of stuff? Or what kind of discussions have been coming through?
So we wanted to, we started it we started it out, kind of really looking at things that challenge us in our in our shifting and
Mhm.
awakening.
Yeah.
What are some of those challenges? What are some of those base things that happen in this human experience that challenge us from really stepping into our higher mind or our higher selves? And so looking at some of those things, and we share parts of our own stories, and then um, receive channeled messages from um, different people, like different people in history,
Interesting.
um, as well as ascended um, ascended masters, and
Mhm.
just a vibration. So a
Yeah.
spirit team. And so it's been quite interesting. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll definitely check it out.
yeah. And so it's just really to assist us in kind of letting go what doesn't serve us, and some of the narratives that are just not true,
Mm.
that we've taken on as true stories, and um, uh, created um, thought processes through these things that aren't true, and
Mhm.
created these perceptions that so just to kind of adjusting those things so we can get to our higher mind or higher selves a little bit easier and
Yeah.
balance this system out that we're in. So
And kind of letting go, I think a lot of us have childhood programming and things that
right,
we're not even aware of, and how
exactly.
that really affects us and kind of holds us back or maybe energetically blocks things that we want to bring in. I love that.
Yes, and that's the word I was looking for. So thank you, Kevin. Programming.
Mhm. Programming, yeah. Well, so if you haven't subscribed to Debbie's channel, Freebird Spirit, please go over there, subscribe.
Thank
Um,
you. Yes.
I'm sure most of you already are, but if you aren't, please go over there. You just hit 10K on your channel too, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, just hit 10K.
It's awesome.
So that's fun. Um, so I feel so it's just like a big hug from the family getting
Hmm.
okay. So
It's all the
hugging you
love
all
and
back for
support.
that.
Mm, yeah. Um, I just gonna plug myself real quick, and then me and Debbie will be doing political and current event questions today. We're gonna definitely be looking at the speaker race. I'm sure a lot of us want to know about that, and
Mhm.
Biden going to Israel, his safety. We'll take a look at that as well. Um, but I just started my membership program back up yesterday. I took a bit of a break from that for a little bit.
Well, good.
I did just post a video about some of the perks that I include with that. If you might be interested, go check that out on my channel. And hopefully, if it resonates with you, hopefully you might want to join. Um, I always really enjoyed it because it was a small little family unit and really looking forward to spending some extra time with, um, you know, our support. Um, if it resonates with you, I'm not going to change any of my content that I make available to the public. So you'll still continue to get that if that's not something that you're able to do. But I wanted to plug that. I'm going to be on Grow Your Lights channel tomorrow. We'll be looking at politics. Mel should be back Thursday, so more politics on Mel's channel, and then I'll be on Linda G's channel on Sunday for a pre-recorded video. So if we don't get to your questions today, you'll see me around a lot this week. Um,
You guys need to push that bell thing on both our channels. It
yeah,
sounds like we're both on. I think we both are on a lot. I think Kevin, you and I really.
I try to. It's
Yeah.
definitely something I think I have a little bit more time to, but obviously too not wanting to overdo it and um, so that we feel at our best for when we do go live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, please like, subscribe to this channel. Help me get to 10K. We just hit 9K, so
Oh my
um,
goodness! Good job, Kevin.
yeah,
Holy
yeah, really
cow!
excited.
It took me years to get there.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of help, so just grateful for building this community up. And lastly, if anybody's interested in a reading or a Reiki session, I do have an opening Thursday and one on Friday. So send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. Have the info in the description box. If you'd like a reading with Debbie, I believe I have your website on the description box as well. But how do people get a hold of you for a reading, Debbie?
Yeah, Lisa just posted it right there. So thank
Oh,
you, Lisa.
perfect.
Lisa's on it. Appreciate you, Lisa. But yeah, just go to freebirdspirit.com and it's pretty easy to navigate, hopefully.
Yeah,
And it's great because you can book your own time. So at your convenience and without having to do a back and forth thing, it's
mm,
all there, all ready to go.
yeah. That's really my next priority is to get a website all set up. Um, I'm not quite ready to start teaching Reiki, but eventually, here soon, hopefully, I'd like to start teaching that and getting a website all put
That
up because it is a lot of work with the back and forth bookkeeping and getting people scheduled like that.
mhm. Yeah. And that's interesting you said that. I will be offering 1 and 2 Reiki
Oh,
class
perfect.
coming up, but um,
That's awesome.
we'll have to talk after. Maybe it's
Yeah,
something we can do together.
absolutely.
Okay.
All
Um,
right.
it's so funny because I was just working on my flyer for that.
Hmm. I have to really start doing the work and getting more comfortable with the attunement process to
Oh,
do
okay.
it.
Mhm.
Um, but that's something that I've been prioritizing to work on. So anyway, yeah,
All
and
right.
right now with all the chaos in the world, it's a wonderful time to really kind of work on letting go of things that aren't serving you and just raising your overall vibration. And a Reiki class is wonderful for that.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
So enough about us. Let's get into some of
Enough
the
about that.
questions.
Let's dive in. Let's find out some stuff.
All right. Is there anything that you want to focus on first before we get to some of the starred questions, Debbie?
Um, well, I think I just really did want to check in on Biden's trip and if it's going to be
Hmm.
successful. What's the outcome of that? I do sense a, a ring of safety around him, so
Hmm.
I do feel safe. I feel he's safe, but oh, someone did Ness. There's Ness. Hi, Ness. Um, I do feel a ring of safety around him.
Yeah.
I do feel that, there's huge uptick in security. So that makes it a little more challenging. But so most of the anxiety lies in the people who are uh, securing the parameter, so to speak. So,
Mm,
but I feel he's safe. But I'm curious to know about the outcome.
yeah, let's take a look. If anything can be accomplished with him going there, or
Yeah.
yeah, let's
Um,
see. Sunny Valeria. She says, I hear Jim Jordan is now paying for votes. Different topic, but
yeah. I do feel his main one of his some of his focus here is what I'm sensing. Some of the focus is really about humanitarian,
mm,
uh,
yeah.
trying to because what's happening is it's criminal. What's happening with people on the ground and just civilians. Um, And I feel like part of his focus is that the
Mm,
civilians and trying to bring um, kind of like like authoritarian uh, wisdom in we don't have to kill the people. You know what I mean? What's going like so I feel like a lot. I feel like that's part of his focus is trying to be that
de-escalate is
bring
what I
that medi- mediation type
mediation.
with
Mhm.
that. Um, but I do feel he's going to bring in some new ideas to focus on that. This is what he's walking into, and this is exactly what
Mhm.
that says it
Oh,
all in a nutshell.
yeah, it's
And
heavy.
he really wants them to stop with their they're just being underhanded and scheme. He's trying to. This is what he's walking into, but look what he's bringing. He's bringing that sword.
That's what I have representing him.
Yeah, there you go. Um,
Yeah, it's like really being there with the Ace of Swords and um, trying to create new ideas, really working on communicating and to bring collaborations, those alliances together.
yes.
And I agree with you. It's very much focused on um, the humanitarian aspect of it, and um, you know, it's hard. It's a very tough situation that they're in. With trying to go after Hamas in Gaza, but then also all the innocent people, and then how do you get them resources and so it really feels like trying to get a game plan come together, um, really calling on the world to act and to help. But I agree, I have as final outcome, there's a loss, obviously all of the death going on there, and
Mhm.
but it's really trying to come together and come with a plan. It's a bit of a waiting game to get everything together. But also too, you have the Seven of Swords, I have the High Priestess, and that's kind of like the deception, the things that are hidden, the hidden motives, and the fighting. Um,
Mm.
so that kind of coming together. But I
Right.
do feel a sense of safety, like you said. I feel like that's the top concern is making sure that um, Biden is safe. But he's really coming to kind of bring people together to get a plan in action. Um, I think he's going to be helpful. So in that aspect, it's success. But I think that this is going to be going on for a little while.
Right.
Um,
This
so that's
this
where
is just the first of many,
it's.
but needed that feet on the ground type of thing here.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, he he's bringing that strength in, and that I keep wanting to say medium, but it's uh, um, mediation.
Mediation, yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So, um, and he's good at that. Uh, when the messages I'm getting from his support team that kind of protect him is this is really hard because he's such a I don't know how else to say it. He's such a hugger. He's not
Yeah,
going to hug
compassionate
anybody,
person.
but he's so personable, like
Mhm,
that to keep that's their challenge with him because he's so personable.
mhm,
And so they have gone over the rules with him, but it's even a challenge for Biden to remember um, this isn't the place to be, you know,
mhm.
like he
I was
normally is with people.
I was kind of getting too, and maybe, this is part of the strategy with him going there is really working with Egypt, I think, to I don't know if they've opened up that border from Gaza to try to get some people out, but I feel like that being a major focus
Mm,
and success with that too.
okay, let's look at that specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he wants to come away with something,
Mhm.
and that feels really good.
I feel like that's like the 3 of Pentacles I was saying, like the collaboration, working together with other countries in the area to come up with a plan.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so hard. This is so hard. But yeah, there he is as the King of Swords in this. And he
Mhm.
sees this as an ongoing battle, but they are working specifically on this plan. And I think it's a possibility what you're talking
Yeah.
about, the
It
opening.
might take a little
I
bit of
have the
time.
Sun and the Eight of Pentacles there with that. But he's working it, guys. He's working it with the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands combination.
Mm,
But it is not easy. This is a huge challenge. He's carrying the weight on of the world on his shoulders, and I think
mm,
it's important for us to help him shoulder that, family. I know all you empaths. Let's help him shoulder it. It's very, very stressful and a heavy load.
mm. Yeah, I'm getting that there's gonna be some success with this, but also too, I mean, we have the devil kind of as a final outcome, so this is, you know, some of the evil forces, I think, trying to halt some of the progress and the anxiety keeping people scared. I think it's gonna take a little bit of time, so it might not quite get done just yet, but it's about kind of coming to balance and then putting in that hard work and
In
waiting
the
for things.
future, he, I got the Nine of Swords too. It, it,
Okay.
but it's something they are focusing on. That was one of his
Absolutely.
focuses. It's on the agenda.
But I do ultimately have wishes fulfillment with the group work here.
Yeah,
So it feels
ultimately.
good.
Mhm.
Ultimately, yeah, focused on the refugees, getting them to safety. Um, And I do feel like some gains. The Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune crossing it. So,
Oh, good.
it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think the hard work with him going there is going to pay off. So, yeah, Biden is a true statesman. Absolutely, Joan.
Deb, I think, Deb, you're right. I think Biden is the right president in place right now to be there.
Absolutely. And I just love too, isn't Blinken over there? He's been over there. It's like the Biden administration's really working hard at this, while meanwhile in the House, the Republicans are imploding and getting nothing done. It really, I think it's going to be a big wake up call for people come 2024. All right.
Yeah, Biden's trying to stop World War III.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then even too with, I think, bringing the ships, and I think that there's talks of bringing, I think, 2,000 troops nearby, really to try to de-escalate, but also too, it feels like the concern being Iran in this situation. So, what's the word that I'm wanting to say? To kind of halt any action on their part, to try to resist it is what I'm kind of feeling with that too. So, all right.
Yeah.
Are we good with that, or is there anything more with?
That's good. I think that's good. I think unless someone comes up with will Biden bring home some hostages?
Do we want to look at that?
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
All right. Yeah, I didn't put a whole lot of energy into it last week. I do feel like some being saved. And I don't know if that's specifically on Biden, but I don't really want to put a whole lot of energy out into it, but I don't have the best gut feeling about it. For a lot of it, I do feel some losses for sure.
So what I'm hearing from my team on my spirit team on this is that Biden's focus right now is more of a global focus. He's not, even though in his heart he's like, I want to get my kids to safety, really. You know what I mean? Of course, that's in you automatically. You want to save your own, but right now he has to think of the whole, and that's what his focus is this time around.
Not having this escalate into something.
He's not. Yeah, he's not going in there.
But it is a goal of his to obviously to.
Yes.
Americans there.
Yes. Yeah, he's looking at this as a whole. He has to be. But there is hope in the future for this, for any rescues. Unfortunately, I do know that we're going to see more losses, but what I'm being shown here is it's for the whole. You have that emperor; he's going in for the whole. But in the future, we do have hope for some of the hostages.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
some of them. I agree with that. I got that there's going to be some good news and some good surprises. With Biden being able to help. Ace of Cups. So this is a card of happiness. It can be a card of over emotions, the cups overfilling too. But it feels good. It feels like there's some good news coming in. But it does feel like they're trying to hang in there. Nine of rods too. So it's kind of continued work, feeling a bit tired and battle weary, but getting there, continuing to push through.
Kevin, we keep getting that. We keep getting the nine of wands.
Yeah, there is some success with it, but I do also have the 7 of Swords and the High Priestess. So This is really being underhanded, and the thief stealing people. The hidden agendas there. Um, but I do get, as my last card out, I have the Justice. So I
Oh,
mean
there
that
you
feels
go.
good. It feels good, but I do feel a really heaviness with it too. A lot of loss. Is what I'm feeling.
Yeah. That's another area to send our love and light.
Yeah. Asking, it's interesting too, because last week with the eclipse energy being so heavy, I did a Reiki live stream. In the morning of, I posted it on my community tab.
Oh, okay.
Out of nowhere, it was the sun was rising in the morning. I think it was about 6 o'clock. I was letting the dogs out, and with the sunrise coming in, the sky was turning like that pinkish color,
So
and all of a
you let
sudden,
the dogs out. I was always wondering.
yeah, I normally do. Um,
Who?
And it's unusual though too, because typically I'm not up that early. Normally they wait a little bit later, but they wanted to go out, so I let them out. And it was still dark out. But a beautiful pink rainbow like manifested. And I put some
Oh,
pictures.
yeah, I saw the pictures. Yeah, those were
It was
that.
so powerful. I did have a bit of an eerie feeling with it too, because it was kind of like pinkish red. It kind of
Mm,
reminded me of um, like a blood rainbow, but also too there was a beauty and like a love and compassion with it
there's
too. It was really
there's
powerful.
purpose. There's purpose and yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So
Wow, powerful.
obviously it was meant to be shared with the community. So, um,
It was the pictures are amazing. You can feel it right through the
yeah,
picture. Yeah.
but it came to me, I think, for that Reiki session, and that's kind of what I envisioned, like the earth, like in this beautiful pink orb of love and compassion and peace coming through with that. So continue to send that energy out, you guys.
Yes, yes.
It's on my community board, Don. I have it on my Facebook
It's
as
on
well.
Facebook and his community board, yeah. I saw it on Facebook.
All right. Do we want to focus in on? It's not really funny, but all of the chaos, the implosion
Yeah,
of the
let's
Republican
dive in
Party.
that let's dive in there next. That was the next thing people really wanted to well, us too really wanted
Yeah.
to
Let's
the
let's look at
family.
Jim Corbin first, I think, and then who possibly could be the replacement or what their backup plan is. Um, I think we've talked before the show, and we both got no for Jim Jordan, and um, I got that immediately when Kevin McCarthy was out. I got a no for Scalise, although I felt energy behind him before he dropped out.
I
But
did
let's just
too.
take a look, and I think it's really important too, um, because I was watching the news with the vote count coming in. Don't tap into that fear, you guys. Imagine sending for like the 20 holdouts, continuing to send them courage um, to continue to fight against it, fight against him, not backing into the pressures of supporting him. And to me, it's like a beautiful, like orange color. Like continue to send that out to those
Mhm.
holdouts, um, and don't tap into the anxiety. We don't want to send more energy out there to make us even more nervous. I think that's so important.
Exactly.
We don't want to amplify that energy. So
Yes.
let's take a look at Jim Jordan.
Hi, Candy Candy.
All right. Well, Jim
Okay.
Jordan is out in the end of speaker voting sessions.
All right.
Yeah, it made me sick to my stomach a little bit too, Rebecca, when we were voting. Yeah, ask for the most benevolent outcomes there. You know what? It would be very hard if he did get in, because we know nothing would get done, and I think it would just further um, the energy and make it even quicker for the Republican Party imploding. Um, but that's a lot of chaos and a lot of danger, I think, with Jim Jordan specifically. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it either, but I do, whether he gets in for 5 minutes or not, I don't think he does. I don't see him there. I never have. There he is leaving, and he's just, he's. I have the devil in reverse there. His perspective is so off balance that he's not going to be the vote. But there's some big people behind him that want him in there.
Yeah.
And they're holding on to trying to get him in there. They're really pushing this hard. So it's going to be very, very close. But I don't see him in there.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What are you getting?
I'm getting the same thing, and we got some of the same cards too. But it's interesting because right now, obviously, we have the Five of Wands. So this is kind of the bickering, the arguing, the roadblocks, the obstacles with the Republican Party. I do have the Three of Cups crossing it, so it feels like this is maybe some women specifically holding out. Like, no, we can't do this. Some women coming together. And I do feel like there's a bit of retreat for now. But even if like he doesn't get the votes today, which I'm not feeling, I do get the warning about the devil and the Seven of Swords. So people trying to they have a backup plan. And I have it with the Nine of Cups, which I don't particularly like. So hopefully there's no success with the scheming, the underhandedness. But we know that the MAGA people got McCarthy out. The only person I really feel like they would get behind is Jim Jordan, and they're going to hold everything hostage till we get to their until they either get their way or Republicans come across the aisle and start working with Democrats. So let's hope it's the latter, that they some of them will get the courage and the strength to actually work across party lines and without the fear of the news networks coming against them or their constituents turning on them. That's what I don't like is we know that there's not too many Republicans that are going to risk their careers for working with Democrats right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna
ask you. I don't feel it, although I don't like those cards. So
I'm gonna use Andrea's cards here. See what we get.
Pendulum's giving me a big no. He won't become Speaker of the House.
Okay. We'll take that.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I have a no. So yeah. No. And we're backing this up, you guys, because I'm telling you, it's hard because of the energy surrounding this, and there's a lot of anxiety around this, and no one wants him in there.
All the chaos.
So that the energy is thick.
Energy, yeah.
And also we have people and free will, and we have a lot of people behind the scenes who are dark money and agendas and have the means and the power to manipulate themselves in. So let's see, is he going to get this? And I'm getting a no as well.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting though? And I do feel like it's all kind of interconnected. Some of the Freedom Caucus voted McCarthy out right before everything happened in Israel. And we know that there's Russian dark money channels and communications between there. So
yeah,
you feel like there's a connectedness to the reason why he was out, to bring in the dysfunction at this time, and ultimately who benefits? Russia, because they don't want any continued aid going to Ukraine. They don't want the attention on Ukraine. They want it all elsewhere so that they can.
And I'm
Putin
glad you bring that up.
Mhm.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you bring that up, Kevin, because I'm telling you, the backing here, who are trying to get him in, it's dark. It's dark and big, and
Mhm. But I feel a big spotlight coming on this in soon. I've said it beforehand. I feel a lot of these dark money channels being exposed, and being huge, taking a lot of people down, and some Democrats too. But I feel that coming out before
good,
2024.
good. It needs to stop.
Mhm. I was almost feeling like maybe we could get some light shown on it with this eclipse energy coming in. You know, we
Oh,
just passed this one, and then the end of
yeah.
the month was the lunar eclipse. So I do feel like energy around that coming out soon, sooner rather than later.
Call it in.
Yes. All right.
Hi,
So,
Terry.
hey Terry, is there anyone? I know that the energy is kind of here, very foggy and very chaotic to get into, but is there anyone that comes to your mind that will actually become a
Okay,
speaker in
who's gonna do
2024?
it? Who's coming in?
I had read on it last week, and just a pendulum. Like I said, I got a no for Scalise and Jordan, and I felt that intuitively. But I felt a maybe for um, maybe Kevin McCarthy. I feel like that's a bit of free will on his side if he can, um, let go of some of that pride and go across aisles to work with Democrats. I feel like he would have some success, but he would have to make major concessions. Um, I don't feel like he's ready to do that just yet. I had a good feeling about.
Oh, I think he's kind of like loving the shit show going on right now,
I agree,
because he's
but
like, "Oh, you had it better with me in there, and now I look at what you got. You got this."
right, but also too, if we're without a speaker for the coming weeks or month, then what do they do? Like they're gonna get desperate. Um, but I did feel maybe energy around Tom Cole is like a bipartisan candidate. But when I asked my pendulum about Hakeem Jeffries, I got a yes. Now, for me, I feel like that's out there a little bit. It doesn't feel like it's recent, but maybe we have a temporary speaker and until Jeffries can get in.
Well, I always saw a temporary speaker.
Hmm.
Um, who is it? I can see a picture of someone, but I don't know their name. Rebecca, thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
Let's look. I'm going to throw some cards, see if we can get at least some energy around who this person is going to be.
Send me some names in the chat, you guys, about some people that you think might be speaking.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can pendulum them. Pendulum them. Pendulum them. That's a new word. Pendulum them.
Yeah. Or even throw a single card for them.
Oh, yeah.
Will Hakeem Jeffries be the next Speaker of the House? My pendulum's saying yes.
Okay.
Kate Granger.
Okay. Well,
Will Hakeem Jeffries be Speaker of the House in 2023? Sorry, Debbie.
So the next real Speaker of the House may be Hakeem, but I do feel interim.
I just asked if he'd be Speaker in 2023, and I'm getting a big no. So it feels like it's next year.
Oh, Hakeem? Yeah.
Hakeem.
Okay. He is not a good person.
Who's not a good person?
The next speaker. So I asked about the character.
Mm.
And I do have, this could be anybody. Bad guy, coward. Also, he was also part of the January 6th stuff. He was part of that. But I also have I don't know what this means, but I got whistleblower.
Oh, interesting.
On that too. So maybe he was a whistleblower.
Maybe somebody's a whistleblower, and that's what ultimately gets him out. And
maybe that's it. Someone's going to blow the whistle on him, because that was the last card that came out, was that whistleblower.
I wonder. You're saying that it's somebody that's a bad guy, that an insurrectionist and all of that. I wonder if is it McHenry? Is that the one that's a temporary speaker now? Do they vote to keep him on as an interim speaker?
Okay. Let me see. What's his name?
Is it McHenry?
McHenry. Oh yeah, McHenry.
Somebody in the chat will let me know if I'm wrong.
Well, I'm getting a yes on my pendulum with that.
I feel like it's desperate, and it's like a short, but maybe some Democrats coming across boards because to get the aid, and with the looming shutdown, giving him a little bit of power, not quite.
Patrick McHenry, and then there's David Joyce. Is supposed to be a centrist.
I think he voted for Jordan today, if I remember correctly.
Oh, did he? Lollipop Kitten, Debsy. So Patrick
McHenry.
So the other one is David Joyce. That's a name.
Yeah. I feel like it's limited, though. I don't feel like even if he becomes interim speaker, that's Patrick McHenry, it feels like he can bring up votes on funding the government and our foreign funding. It feels like it's very limited. I feel like that's the only way Democrats will come across board with that. And it's like maybe a month process to try to give Republicans a little bit of time to pick somebody. Yeah, I'm feeling some energy around it. I asked if he was going to be an interim speaker, and it went from maybe to a yes. So I feel like there's definitely, maybe we're not quite there with the energy just yet.
He doesn't. Someone says he doesn't want it.
Yeah. Maybe that's where the maybe comes in, but they get desperate enough to.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see him bang the gavel after McCarthy was out? It looked like he about broke his arm off. He hit the podium so hard. He's a little guy.
Oh, what does he look like?
He had the bow tie.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but the person I saw in my mind's eye, remember I said, I'm like, I see someone, but I don't know his name. I don't ever remember seeing this person. So I couldn't put a name to him. McHenry. Patrick.
Little elf looking guy, right, Karen?
I think that's who I was seeing. When you said boat, oh my gosh. That's him. That is him.
Getting goosebumps with us too, so that's valid.
That is who they were showing me. So I feel like when I ask who, I'm like, who could this possibly be? They were showing me him, and I didn't know. I'm like, who? What? I don't even know who's this person.
Yeah, I'm getting a yes to the cards.
Yeah.
Actually, my first card out is my house card. So this is like a celebration. I don't think he quite wants it yet. So this is
he's like
not open to the opportunity yet. Maybe thinking about it, but not ready to come in. I have my Trump card, so I feel like there's ties with that. My insurrection card, but the Wheel of Fortune. So energy turning towards that, and he gets the votes with the Ace of Pentacles.
Yeah, that's him. He's the one.
I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time still for some of these.
Yeah, it's going to.
I don't think there's a whole lot of moderate Republicans, but for these holdouts, to actually come to terms with. We don't have anybody that we can make speaker. Where I guess we're going to have to do something with Democrats to get somebody in,
Mhm.
because I don't see the Freedom Caucus and the MAGAs wavering from Jim Jordan. I feel like he's the only person that they would trust not to agree to vote for, but maybe to leave off the motion to vacate. He would
Mhm.
be the one that they would do that for, because he's one of their leaders. That's really who they want. Matt Gaetz and Boebert and all of them is Jordan, and I don't think that they're going to back down from that. So it's going to take a while. Let's hope that these more centered Republicans are the ones in swing districts continue to hold out, so we don't get Jordan. But I'm not feeling it with Jordan.
I don't either. I think it's going to just be a no vote and a no go for him. And as they continue to try to vote him in, it's just chaos. I pulled another card and I got a yes card for McHenry. So
yeah, but it's not actually him being voted in. It's them coming to terms and making
it could just be this
an
is what we have right now, and this.
Yeah, I get it though. I do feel that there's some Republicans. They're just so angry with the MAGA caucus right now. They're not happy. They took their guy out. They're holding them hostage. And I think a lot of them know if Jordan gets in there, it's going to be continued chaos and gridlock.
Yeah.
They're not going to get anything done. He's not going to work with Democrats to get the budget done. He's going to be a holdout, and then it's not going to do. They're going to lose their elections. They know that. So.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. But I feel I don't. It might be a while before they agree with McHenry. I feel like it's going to be a chaotic week in the House this week. I don't know if they'll put 15 votes on the floor like McCarthy did, but I feel like there might be another vote or two today, and they're not going to get anywhere. Actually, I feel like Jordan actually might start losing some of the people that agree to vote for him this time.
Wow. Well,
we'll see. All right, let's look at some of these questions. Most of them were speakers. Let's take a look at the gag order that Chutkin put in.
Oh yeah.
For Trump. How long do we think before he violates this gag order?
Oh my goodness!
Give it a week?
Didn't he already violate it? You should have seen him explaining to his people, or whatever on whatever network he's on, True Social, that the way he described each person was already going against the gag order.
Okay. Yeah, Sweetie Darling Lulu said he already did.
Yeah. Yesterday. Yeah, he already did. That's what I thought.
A week was being generous with that. I was going to say maybe another day or two.
But let's ask, when is it going to be where they really pull him back in or hold him accountable for it, right? That's the question.
I was going to say, with him violating it already, was it serious with the threats, or is it just Trump doing typical Trump stuff, or was it a serious violation of it? That's what we need to look at. When is he going to seriously violate it?
Seriously violate it. Be held accountable. Let's take a look.
When he'll be held accountable for it, yeah. Ooh.
I have to throw cards on this because
I had the Eighth of Wands come out, so it feels like there's action taken shortly.
Oh yeah, because I get tomorrow. I'm like, it's tomorrow, and I'm like, is that me? Because that's because I want this to take place, but.
Ooh, yeah. I have the Eight of Swords just popped out too, so that's being restricted. I've never felt personally jail, but I always felt like sanctions and maybe the the DC case being moved up more quickly. That's what I picked up.
Yeah, and I do see that. I feel like it's already like
In the works.
it's imminent. It's imminent, if anything. And I have the Five of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Pentacles, and the Devil. So the Devil's always him for me in my readings. But that his luck is changing. It is because he's just. But yeah, he's caught up in this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have like the Nine of Wands, so it's like him being defiant, him pushing the boundaries. In this deck, he comes across as a little dark looking, like refusing to give up, the delusion that he always peddled.
Trump posted Letitia's address online today.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but I have Justice and I have the Ace of Pentacles coming in, so it feels like the court date maybe being moved and sanctions coming in for him. It doesn't feel like it's too far out for me, too. Like I said, I have the Ace of Wands.
Yeah.
And in this deck, too, it's like a rooster kind of coming out, so it's kind of like that aggressive, not backing down. But him actually, they'll be able to kind of rein things in and restrict them. They just need to act and do something. My worry with it, though, too, is if they're really hard on Trump, they arrest him or something. We don't want some of his loyalists to try to do something again like January. And that's where I feel like they're walking on eggshells a little bit. People get mad at me when I say that. I don't agree with that because nobody's above the law, and what's going to happen? Somebody's going to end up being killed because of his rhetoric. But that's what the caution's about. They don't want.
And it looks like they may find, the first thing we might see is something in regard to finding him money.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're calling him to the carpet. Yes, yes, and they're gonna take him down. I asked, give me this card if he's actually going to be sanctioned, like if he's actually going to be held accountable. And they gave me this card. So, and I got the yes card on top of that, and that they literally are blowing the whistle on this.
With that whistleblower too, I almost feel like maybe it's one of the witnesses coming out and saying that Trump's trying to putting pressure on him to flip. That just kind of came to me when I saw that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Like one of the witnesses coming out, blowing the whistle.
Blowing the whistle.
Right. Let me see. We've been on for almost an hour, so probably one more question.
Okay. I know. CC writer. CC. He's going to keep taunting the courts until someone grows the damn spine and enforces the violation. Exactly. It's like he's begging for this to happen to him.
And I feel like it's Chutkin is the first one to really impose the sanctions.
I agree.
Chutkin's not messing around.
I do feel a female.
All right, we'll do Rebecca's question.
Thank you,
when
Rebecca.
did Rebecca to arrest MAGA congressmen? I feel more indictments coming actually really soon. It could actually be this month. We still have half a month, but soon. Timing's always a bit hard, but I've always felt that with the January 6th, it kind of comes in waves. They did Trump first, then it will be the next people closest to around him that were involved with planning. I mean, there might be one person in Congress with that group, but then like the next one, it's more, and then people start flipping and it starts getting chaotic, and then we're getting more and more. So it's like a waves of indictments for people. I've always felt like spring of next year is when we start seeing some of the Congress people being indicted.
Okay, I'm so
Okay.
glad you said that because I got 5 or 6 months, so that puts us into spring, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like March. March feels
Yeah,
really,
that's
really heavy.
that's so that was initially when I stepped into that energy. I heard 5 to 6 months. You're going to see this start really playing out there. Be looking for some action.
Mm, yeah. And the 3, which would be the 3rd month, possibly March, 3 of Wands. So this is like watching and waiting, continuing gathering, I'm feeling. But I feel like they have a lot of the stuff there to move. They're just, I think, oh, in the Tower. Ooh, gonna be goodness. The 3, the Empress, could even be, that's my Russia card. Yeah, but quite a few of them, like 7 of them, I think, in the first indictment, really defending themselves. Yeah, hit the secrets being exposed. Retreat jail. Ooh, wow.
Wow.
That's heavy. I'm gonna say May or March.
I got a 3 as well. The 3 of Pentacles there, for that March fill, but they are working on it. There's some hidden stuff that we are not privy of, and there's layers to this. It's they want this to stick, right? And so for them to walk in and walk people out in handcuffs or whatever, it's tricky. So they're working on it, and they're trying to keep it kind of like they want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
They don't want people to be aware that it's going, you know what I mean? Like it's surprise, but the outcome is really good. The outcome of this whole thing, we have the star and the sun coming in on this happening. So that's a yes, it is happening, and the outcome is good.
Yeah. The Ides of March.
The Ides of March. Oh, I wanted to look at this. The symbol. Hold on. Do I know this symbol? I wonder if that symbol is going to help. Here. I have no idea about astrology, so I have this handy dandy helper, and we have, looks like, there, yeah. I guess it doesn't really help me. I tried. But I think you're going to see some movement sooner. But I think March is when we're going to, or whatever. 5 to 6 months, we're seeing the big movement.
Yeah. You know what, too, though? I got like the Thief, my Russia card. The 3 of Pentacles is always like my dark money, and like a group of people with the dark money. So I'm wondering if maybe some people are indicted for dark money before January 6th.
For the January, that makes sense.
Or for January 6th, yeah.
Because I feel like we're seeing, I feel something happening also in December. So something big is going to go down in December. But in regard to her question, there's going to be the big event more in 5 to 6 months. But there's something in December.
Maybe that's the dark money being exposed.
Okay.
And I've always said, too, it felt like, to me, September was significant, although I think it shifted into beginning of October a little bit. Not to say that the other months, I think it's going to be, blanketing the fan for the next several months, probably for the next year or two. But
Linda, you saw something December 14th. So yeah, something in December.
December always stood out.
That 3 of Pentacles also is connected to the month of December. So they're working on something for December.
Interesting. Yeah, I've always felt December and March being really huge.
Yep. Okay. There you go. We got the same thing. I love it when our teams work together and we hear
Right. All right. Well, Debbie, I think We got a lot of
Ooh, we
discussion
did.
there and a lot of deep dive, so I think we'll end it there for today. But thank you so much for coming on the channel.
Oh,
I've
thank
been
you.
wanting you on for a while. I'm not always the best about actually reaching out to people, but thank you
I'm
for
so glad you
calling.
did, and I hope we can do this again, and,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
yeah.
Maybe next time something on your channel.
Yeah, you'll have to pop on over to mine.
I love
That'll be
that.
fun. Okay, sounds good.
All right,
What a
everyone.
great combo, Leos. Are you're Leo too, Kev?
I am a Leo, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, awesome. When's your birthday?
The 19th,
The
August
9th.
19th.
Okay. I'm a July
Oh,
Leo. July 29th, and I found out that Terry Runner and me share the same birthday.
oh, Terry. That's right. Terry's a Leo. Yeah.
Mhm. Lots of us Leos.
Terry's a sweet Leo.
Mhm.
Aw.
All
All
right.
right. Well, I loved hanging out with you here today and with the family. I, like everyone else, wanted to dive into this too and
Mm. So
get
much
some.
going on. It's
There's
it's hard
so
to keep
much
track
going
of
on.
everything, isn't it? I feel like I feel like I lose, like, the last week because there's just so much coming out every week, um, that I don't even remember all the details of everything because it's just always so fast moving and so much stuff coming out with
There's so
news.
much all the time, all the time. But that's why we're here, and that's it's fun to have the support of the family here and keep this all. We're together through this whole
Yeah,
thing. We're we got each other, so that's good. And thank you, Lisa Foster, for moderating today and all your posting and all the moderators. Thank you so much.
yeah. We appreciate all the moderators really helping us. Thank you. All right, Debbie. Well, we'll end it here. If you're not subscribed to Freebird Spirits channel, please go over, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel.
Thank
Debbie's
you. Thank you.
information is in the description box if anybody'd like a reading, along with mine. So um, just try to, I think with the heaviness right now, it's best to kind of take a step back, making sure that we're kind of grounding the energy,
Breathe.
breathing through it,
Mm,
breathing through it, and don't allow the fear to bring you down energetically. Really rise above it, focus on the things that we want to manifest and the changes that we want to come in. I think that's so important.
yeah, good call.
All right, sending you all a lot of love and see you soon. Bye, everyone.